Another U.S. company releasing positive data about the vaccine they have in development, what they're saying, and how San Diegans feel about the prospect of taking a vaccine. How local businesses handled new restrictions over the weekend as we saw the county's highest daily case total yet. And king tides along our coast. What to expect from the weather this week. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Yeah, welcome this midday. Great to have you with us. I'm Jim Patton, and I'm joined remotely by my co-anchor Virginia Cha and 10 News meteorologist Megan Perry. Great to see you both, and we'll be with you very shortly. I want to give you a live look now at the stage in Wilmington, Delaware, where we are expecting to hear from President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris at any moment now. Now, they are scheduled to give speeches outlining their vision for the U.S. economy, their plan to help recover from this pandemic and the years ahead. We'll have that live just as soon as it begins. Well, right now, drug company Moderna making a major announcement today about its COVID vaccine, saying that it has been shown to be 94% effective. It's just a week after Pfizer made a similar announcement. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie explains why Moderna's vaccine could have a major advantage, and she has the results of our new scientific poll.
According to our brand new ABC 10 News Union Tribune scientific poll, 70% of San Diegans who were asked if they would get a vaccine that was free or low cost said they definitely would or probably would. And a huge step forward came today as Moderna announced they've found their vaccine candidate to be 94.5% effective. The company's chief medical officer calling it one of the greatest moments of his life.
It is absolutely amazing to me to be able to develop this vaccine and see the ability to prevent symptomatic disease with such high efficacy.
Moderna also saying today that there were no major side effects reported and that unlike the previous announcement by Pfizer last week, Moderna's vaccine does not require extreme refrigeration, which experts agreed today would be a significant advantage for distribution. The government has said the vaccine would be free, and experts have suggested that with FDA emergency use authorization, which both companies are expected to apply for in the next few weeks, there could be enough doses manufactured to immunize 20 million people by early next year. Of the San Diegans participating in our poll released today, 38% said they would definitely get the vaccine. 32% said they probably would. 12% said they probably would not. 10% said definitely not, and 8% weren't sure. Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Well, 2 local retirement homes will be part of the CDC's COVID vaccination program. Residents and staff at Canterbury Court in Chula Vista and Waterford Terrace in La Mesa will be provided free on-site vaccinations of full doses. And while a COVID-19 vaccination has yet to be approved by the FDA, this program has been developed to facilitate rapid deployment once that vaccine does get approval. Let's take a look now at the stock market, which has been responding in positive fashion to these positive reports on vaccines. And you can see it's there, up more than a percentage point, 304 points at the moment, and rising. We'll keep close watch. Let's get out to Virginia Cha right now.
Thank you, Jim. Here in San Diego over the weekend, the county saw its largest daily case total since the pandemic began. More than 1,000 cases reported yesterday, translating into a 9% positivity rate for the tests administered. That's news coming as gyms, churches, and restaurants were ordered to move back outside completely as we enter the purple tier. But many are openly defying those rules. ABC 10 News reporter Leah Pizzetti shows us how one restaurant owner says he is not giving in by moving out.
It's been a constant back and forth with moving indoors and outdoors, so some businesses are saying enough is enough, and they're ignoring the new restrictions. In Pine Valley,
a nightmare for sure.
Larry McNamer says he will not be closing his restaurant, Major's Diner.
They're saying that they wanted us back outside, and we said no, absolutely not. Not going to do it.
He shared his frustrations with ABC 10 News heading into the first weekend of restaurants forced to move completely outdoors and says the community heard that message.
We had people coming in from the North County saying that they were coming in just to support us for staying open. And it was really nice to see that there was a lot of people that care about the businesses and want us to stay open and are willing to fight alongside us with this thing.
He says he is taking safety precautions. He's just leaving business indoors. And he says he's had just one call from the county health inspector asking him questions about his setup, and that's been the only interaction with authorities.
He was just wondering, kind of what our intentions really were, that his boss had asked him to call me and kind of find out where we were standing on this.
McNamer adding that the cold mountain mornings make outside dining hard since he's only open for breakfast and lunch, saying he has no plans to budge no matter what the county says to him.
I'm over not sleeping at night, so is my wife, trying to figure out how we're going to pay our bills if we were, to have to close the inside and go back outside.
And he is not alone. Other businesses are feeling the same frustration. So there is a rally planned for Monday afternoon. People will be meeting at 2:30, then coming here to the county admin building at 3:30 to rally and have their voices heard. They're hoping leaders listen to them and their plea for them to punish not the whole industry, but specific businesses who are not complying with restrictions. Leah Pizzetti, ABC 10 News.
Meanwhile, some local leaders are urging San Diegans to help change the course of the pandemic here. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher sent ABC 10 News a statement regarding the latest numbers, which read in part, quote, "This is a stark reminder that COVID is real, is spreading, and must be taken seriously. At this point, we are pleading with the public to take action to slow the spread." To get all the latest updates and an in-depth look at the situation in San Diego, you can just download our free ABC 10 News smartphone app. As we wait to hear from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, their transition team is still waiting for the current administration to hand over the reins. President Trump still maintaining he won the election in spite of the results, and his legal team dropping key parts of their voter fraud lawsuits. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
With President Trump still refusing to accept that he's lost re-election, some government agencies are not cooperating and coordinating with President-elect Joe Biden's transition to the new administration. Biden's team is being prevented from receiving sensitive and classified national security information. On NBC, his new chief of staff warning it could obstruct COVID-19 vaccine preparations.
Our experts need to talk to those people as soon as possible so nothing drops in this change of power we're going to have on January 20th.
As COVID-19 cases hit record numbers in parts of the country, members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force say President Trump has not attended a meeting in months. Dr. Anthony Fauci on CNN urging the Trump team to work with the incoming Biden administration.
It's almost like passing a baton in a race. You don't want to stop and then give it to somebody. You want to just essentially keep going.
While Biden's camp says they've been left in the dark, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar declining to say if the president-elect should even be briefed on the progress of a vaccine.
We'll make sure that happens when and if it's appropriate to do that.
Meanwhile, as Trump's election lawsuits continue to crumble, the president went from seeming to acknowledge Biden won in a tweet to claiming it was fraud and that he would never concede. Former President Barack Obama on 60 Minutes urging Trump to put the country first and accept he's lost.
My advice to President Trump is if you want at this late stage in the game to be remembered as somebody who put country first, it's time for you to do the same thing.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
A look at the king tides this morning, getting really close to some homes in the South Bay. Now, we have been seeing these high tides for days, and surfers were out in the water yesterday to take advantage. Now, these conditions are expected to bring water up to 7 feet higher than usual in some places. The National Weather Service issuing a beach hazard statement. Now, if you do plan to head into the water, make sure you use caution, though it might be an even better idea to check out the waves from a distance.
I live in Santee, so I'm not always by the water. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go out there in the morning, get some coffee, and see what's going on with the water.
It's like a show. King tide conditions expected to last through tomorrow. Jim?
Well, Virginia, Central America is still reeling from a deadly storm, now bracing for a Category 5 hurricane. Hurricane Iota expected to make landfall in the next 24 hours. And experts say the storm's wind speeds are reaching 160 miles an hour as it approaches the Nicaragua-Honduras border. Dozens of people in Honduras were killed earlier this month when Hurricane Eta tore through the country. Officials say that storm caused billions in damage as well. Well, now evacuation is underway in that region again.